How you doing?
Thanks for coming up. Thank you for having us. It's great.
Thank you very much. How we all doing? Excellent, excellent, exciting. I'll tell you, I'm going to talk a little about the Lumos story, talk about what we're doing for communities, what we've already kind of mentioned here. But I will say right up front that as much energy, excitement that Michael has for this industry, I will tell you, I've been in this a long time, and I've never been more excited in my entire career. So really excited about what's going on. Lumos, just for an idea of who we are, we're basically a combination of Lumos Networks from Virginia, a legacy telephone company, and North State Telecommunications from North Carolina, brought together, created a company called Segra. Segra was purchased by Cox Communications. They kept the B2B side of things. We spun out the residential small business MDU side of the business. We launched this in 2021, in November, October of 2021. So we've really been at it a relatively short time when you look at it from a new brand. A lot of things going on. We initially announced that we were going to try to build fiber to about 1 million homes in 5 years. At the time, in 2021, we built about 15,000 homes fiber. Last year, 2022, we did about 68,000. This year, we're on track to do about 115,000, and we'll look to double that again next year. So that's really what we're undertaking. But it's even a broader story than that, because we had to transition off of the systems from Segra. We had to do our standalone, so less than 2 years. We were basically just cut our transition service agreement, so now we're truly a standalone company. At the same time, somebody had the brilliant idea to say, hey, let's just build a new OSS BSS system at the same time we're building. So we are in the process of building a true end-to-end BSS OSS system that we hopefully will launch very soon. And then let's just go ahead and create a new brand and see if we can't get everybody to love the new brand. So therefore, that is why I wear the Lumos shirt everywhere and anywhere, because I'm trying to get people to know who we are. And it's actually even more exciting than that. You talk about, we have 70,000 broadband subscribers. We have a 75 plus NPS, and actually was higher, but we've doubled our installation force and operations force just this year. So it's continuing to grow into that. Talk about 67% growth. At the end of this year, we'll take those legacy networks that we inherited. By the end of this year, we'll be 95% fiberized, and then by mid-year next year, we'll be 100% fiber network. So a lot more efficiency. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's something we're very excited to. So, I'm going to take a little bit of different tack than a lot of other people, because we talk about technology, you talk about all the platforms and things like that Calix provides. What I will tell you from my perspective is Calix powers our network that allows us to do all these other things that we got to do to grow and build a business. And so to me, it takes away some of the other concerns that you typically have that we can focus on other areas. So on the one slide here, we tell you we're legacy North Carolina. We're building extensively there. Virginia, we've recently announced that we're going to be building, or we've started building in Columbia, South Carolina. We've announced that we're going to be entering Spartanburg, South Carolina, and we'll be announcing pretty soon some other markets in South Carolina. We talk about the platforms that we have that allow us to do what we do. The smart home, smart town, what we can do for communities. We're bringing this technology to communities that in a lot of cases are unserved or underserved. And it's our platform that allows us to bring this technology, the internet service we all talked about, and be part of the community. But what I think is more important than anything is what I tell our financial backers. The spreadsheets are the spreadsheets. But at the end of the day, we are changing people's lives. Michael, I think you took that from me. That's what I tell everywhere we go. We are changing people's lives. One of the stories and this is a true story. We were in Botetourt, county commissioner. We're having lunch. Had never met him before, And he first thing he says to me and our chief of staff when we were meeting is, I just want to let you know, you saved my marriage. I'm like, well, I know we do a lot of things, but I never heard about saving marriage, because his wife is an attorney working from home during the pandemic and just had miserable time with their cable internet. And by bringing the fiber to the home, they actually had a whole new experience. So it's really, truly differentiating what we're doing. You know, and I come back to, it's what people think of you, the customer experience. You know, Michael's talking about extensively. There's a lot of people that talk about customer experience. There's very, very few companies that actually live it. And that's what we're about, is living that customer experience, because the technology is technology, platforms are great, but at the end of the day, it's how you treat your customers, how you treat your community. Here's an example of one of our subscribers. I went from 0 internet for 17 years to having fiber. Every person from Lumos was kind, extremely helpful. I have no need to live in the city, just to have decent internet. So again, great story. You talk about smart town, partnership with Lumos is a big win. Wherever you're a farmer or a nurse, getting access to telehealth, need your schoolwork demands access to high-speed broadband, and that's what we're really trying to do. There's another story where you talk about the speed, and Michael's so right. We never really market speed. We try to market value to our customers. But there's a story that our chief network officer always loves to tell that really tugs at my heart. There was a family that had a preemie baby, and the hospital would not let them bring her home because the latency on the cable network was not enough to handle the monitoring device that they need. So they called us, said, your technology has the latency we have to have so we can bring our baby home. We sent technicians out that day to install fiber to their home so they could bring the preemie baby home. So that's what we're doing as a company and as an industry. You know, and Michael touched, and Brad touched on this as well. MDUs, right? When you go into a community, you're looking to serve all the community. Single-family residents, you know, they're hard to build because you're tearing up people's yards, you're tearing up people's driveways, you got to fix that. And then you get the MDUs. It is a business model. It's something that's a big focus of ours. If you talk about those 1 million homes that we're going to try to build to in the next 5 years, you know, at least 20% of those will be multi-dwelling units. So this is something that we're going to continue to focus on. We're looking forward to partner with Calix going into the future. So just great. Be very excited about what you're doing. You're changing people's lives. Thank you.
Let's give a big round of applause. Oh, you gotta go back. No, go back.
Go back a slide, sorry.
Go back a slide.
A little quick on the
A little crazy. Let's take that away from you.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to match your excitement.
Well, so you talk about, like, look, it's just exudes everything you said. Yes, you have investors, but it's all about the community, right? And the 75 is a great number. And you tell all these stories. So, you know, how does it feel when you wear the logo?
You know, it's amazing because sometimes we all work for companies where
we go this.
Yeah, don't wear your logo. But as soon as I started wearing it and moved to Greensboro, North Carolina, people are like, oh, I love your place. You got the great service. You know, we just love everything about you. So I say, okay, I'll start doing it. And then I tell Michael, you know, I had an opportunity to sit down with a CEO of a Fortune 250 company. And he says to me, Brian, he says, I just want you to know that I am your biggest salesperson because I love your service. I love what you do. I love talking to your people. I love your technicians. And so that's what really makes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And so for here, when we start thinking about this expansion, you know, if you pick a word, what would it be? What do you want us to do?
I think it's simple. You know, make it simple and easy, right? People want to get on their internet. They want to walk in, open up their laptop or device, and have the internet working. So simple.
Brian, thanks for making
Thank you, sir.
Very
Appreciate
inspiring.
Yeah.
A big round of applause. Thanks, Brian. That's incredible. You know, we were just talking about on the side, what's amazing is all these people come up and they're a reflection of you. They just come up and say the same thing over and over again, and it's right from the heart. I care. I'm going to go do great things for my community. So he's going to grow, and he's looking at MDU. All of you have it, and all of you have said to us, this is an area that needs a lot of innovation. And so what we're focused on now is that, as you saw when I talked about the platform curve, we had been building out all these technologies, and then we get to this inflection point where our investment can take it up to the next level and allow you to expand across your community. And I'm proud to announce Smart MDU, which is really around a number of component parts. First, how do you do property-wide management? And the challenge with this comes down to, look at these pictures, right? You have a duplex that has 2 people, you have a triplex that has 3, you have a small MDU that has 100 people, 1,000 people. You have every shape and size. It's almost impossible for you to buy a single technology and do it effectively. But a platform solves this problem, because if you look at all of these products, all of these appliances, these Wi-Fi appliances, what they are is they're the ability to mix and match to create and solve for use cases. Because in the end, every MDU is just a use case. And so what you're going to see from us is a continued expansion of the appliances to give you more flexibility for sizes and shapes and indoor and outdoor. But the good thing is you can run them outside, cover the local swimming pool, and actually run it like a business. And because that's the second part, it becomes a business model. How is the individual running their building? If they have a triplex, maybe they allow them and they just run it like a residential unit. There's lots of different choices. Smart towns, smart communities, all that technology is going to come together to allow you to do that property-wide management, but then also really automating things for tenants. And so if I talked about the cloud, the value of our cloud platform is it allows us to partner with people. It allows us to link our cloud to their clouds. So if I'm a property owner and I have a billing system from an MDU management company, Calix is going to work hard to partner with as many of them as we can, so that when you go to that MDU owner, you can say, here's my platform. By the way, here's a whole bunch of the different billing systems for MDUs that we support. Oh, you need that one? Well, let's go talk to Calix and get it on the list so Calix can quickly do it with their open APIs and extend that platform. So we're going to continue to expand that partner ecosystem at a rapid rate. And then we're going to add in what's logical is secure connectivity. So if you talk to business owners, what's also important to them is water management and all those capabilities. We don't want to do that. We want to partner with those companies, make it simple to integrate in a secure way, so you can say to the building owner, yes, we support that system, it runs really well, we have some insight into make sure they're connected. When they get disconnected, we'll know, and you can make a great experience. And in the end, this is about differentiation. If you try to succeed in MDUs on your own with about 50 other vendors, it will never work. If you go into that market with a platform, you're going to do it at very high margins and with customers who are extremely happy. So that's the next stage for us on MDU. Which brings me to the final section, which is business. We are super excited about business. And on the business side, we started with smart business. You helped us identify that there's this huge opportunity to go away from taking enterprise-class technologies and trying scaling it down into the baker. It doesn't work. You sell them a piece of hardware, a bespoke technology, and then you expect that baker to be what? An IT manager. It just doesn't work. So we extended Smart Business out. It's actually the fastest ramping product we've had in the company's history. In August, we went gold with the product, and it's out, and you're ramping it like crazy. And I can think of no better person to talk about the opportunity with business ahead than Michael Weening, whose entire company is founded on business. Let's bring him up to the stage, CEO of Hunter Communications.